This show is sponsored by Two Fat Lardies, who produce a wide range of wargames rules covering both different periods and different levels of battle. Of particular interest for the Napoleonic era would be Sharp Practice, a set of rules designed to skirmish game in the Napoleonic period, or alternatively the Fiasacra, which is designed for divisional and corps level actions in the same period. Be sure to check them out at the Two Fat Lardies website and play the period, not the rules. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Meeples and Miniatures and Miniature Review Show with me, Neil Shuck. On today's show we're going to be looking at a pack from a relatively new release from Offensive Miniatures. Now, Offensive Miniatures have been going since 2009 and they've been known in the past primarily for producing World War II. However, over recent months they've been adding a lot of stuff to a new line of miniatures for theirs called Follow the Drum, which they're starting off with Napoleonic era troops. They've been producing both French, British and actually some Polish troops, which is something a bit more unusual. However, today what we're going to be looking at is the blister pack for their early French line artillery, which is an 8-pound gun with 6 crew. As you can see immediately, it's a pretty packed blister pack. Once you get everything out, first off you have 6 crew. Now these are kind of, I suppose, fairly traditionally posed, sculpted and proportioned 28mm figures. Let's go through a series of shots which gives you the front and rear views of the artillery crew. Now these have not been cleaned up at all, so you see that they have integrated bases, but on the whole, very little flash or cleaning up to be done on these particular figures. Also, you know that the detailing is pretty good, and the one thing that strikes me as well is some nice sculpting on the faces. Some nice expressions. A couple of the usual issues with the metal. The compound they actually use is quite soft, so there's a couple of bits here that may need straightening out a little bit. But that's fairly standard, so nothing too major an issue here. But as you can see, the figures are detailed very nicely and capture the uniform, and has been sculpted to capture the uniforms really well. Moving on to the weapon, this comes in 4 pieces. You have the barrel, the main carriage and the 2 wheels. Very easy to put together. In addition to this, you also have a couple of ammunition boxes. Again, these suffer quite badly from the fact it's very thin metal and quite pliable, so they need to be amended and straightened out a bit. But as a general thing, although you'll notice, for example, the slight mould line down the side of the gun barrel, on the whole, these are very clean, easy to put together. I'm pretty impressed with these, I must admit. Here's a different elevation, again showing some nice detailing on the gun, especially some nice wooden detailing on the gun carriage. I'm quite impressed. Now let's have a group shot. A couple of different ones. So you'll see artillery crew. I mean, to be honest, these days, especially with the amount that have been sculpted, it's difficult to do something different. There's an awful lot of stuff that is effectively expected as far as poses are concerned. So whilst these are nothing kind of new and shocking, inside of that, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with that. But what you are looking for is a group of nicely posed and figures that look good together, and as a group, these look good. Let's give you a painted example. This is something off the website. So as you can see, grouping the whole thing together, once they're cleaned up and painted, they do look incredibly effective. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with these, I must admit. This show is sponsored by Coat d'Arms Paints. Coat d'Arms have been supporting the wargamer and hobbyist for well over 20 years, with a wide range of over 150 acrylic paints. These are all available individually or have been grouped together either into triads, so you can use them in a 3-colour paint system, or alternatively they are easily purchased as period sets, which will give you a group of colours suitable for a particular period or even army. Be sure to check them out at the Coat d'Arms website. So, they're available from Offensive Miniatures from their website, which is www.offensiveminiatures.com. If you then click on the Follow the Drum tab, that will take you to their Napoleonic range. As I say, they have various different Napoleonic ranges available, including line infantry, skirmish infantry, several different types of artillery, and very nicely as well, they even have an artillery casualty marker, which is something a bit different. As far as this particular model is concerned, it's £12, and as well as the individual model, it's also available in a battery of 4 guns, which gives you a £3 discount, as it's all available for £45 for a battery of 4 guns. So a couple of different purchasing options available for you. So that's the early French Napoleonic line artillery £8 gun from Offensive Miniatures. Well sculpted, well detailed, well executed. Certainly worth checking out. This show is sponsored by Wargame Soldiers and Strategy magazine from Caravanserai Publishing. Wargame Soldiers and Strategy is a bi-monthly magazine, especially for wargamers, and specialises in all sorts of articles to get your wargaming juices flowing, whether it be ideas for scenarios and campaigns, tips and guides for painting, or reviews of all the latest rule sets and models. You'll find everything you need at Wargame Soldiers and Strategy. Check them out on their website. Well, that's just about all we've got time for on this episode of the Meeples and Miniatures Miniature Review Show. I hope you found it both entertaining and useful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care until next time. Happy gaming. Bye.